Top Spiritual, and I'm back with another video, man. Simple. Now I know this video may not be the most popular video on this channel, but I feel like I've been really getting pushed to make a video on this, because actually I've thought about making a video on this for over a year, but the time just didn't seem right for me to make this video. Now I'm going to be speaking to you guys about self-love, hopeless romantic people, and spirituality. All right, now let's get started. And before I do, everybody please stop, look below, hit the like button. Hit the like button and subscribe. All right. There are people on this planet that crave a connection with another person deeper than most. All right. These people are referred to as hopeless romantic. Now, I see if you ever played The Sims, you are familiar with this term. All right. These people crave a connection with another person way deeper than the average person. All right. These people are also people that tend to get hurt the most in relationships, because some of them will allow themselves to be with somebody and connect with somebody, even though they know that person is not truly what they want. They'll do that just because they crave that connection that two people can have together. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I'm not saying that hopeless romantic people need somebody to make them happy. First of all, you got to understand this. Nobody can make you happy. They can only aid your happiness. Hopeless romantic people crave that connection, that they can form with somebody so they can aid their happiness. All right. Now, I've seen quite a few people say they're hopeless romantic. They're hopeless romantic. And it's kind of easy to tell who's that and who's not, because you can tell by people not taking things as serious, people not paying attention to the small things. Hopeless romantic people will do that. They will pay attention to the small things, try to create significant things within their relationship that stand out, that are different, that the two people can relate to. All right. Now, the issue is that many people that are hopeless romantic run into is that they'll hear people talk about spirituality and they'll say self-love. Give that love to yourself. You don't need anybody else. You only need yourself. Here's the thing about that, and I speak from personal experience, okay? What I realized is with hopeless romantic people, even if you are aspiring to become spiritual, you can't fully get rid of that desire to have a connection with somebody else. Even if you develop a connection, a deep connection within yourself, that will always be a part of you for hopeless romantic people. Want to have that connection with somebody, that intimacy, especially when you're aspiring to become spiritual, because now you understand the deeper aspects of energy, of auras, of connecting with people, connecting with another person, building something. You understand those things deeper than the average person does. So when you're hopeless romantic and you're aspiring to be spiritual, the desire to be with somebody else can go way up, way higher. Now, there's also people on this planet that they just do better by themselves. They're completely opposite of hopeless romantic. But back to my point about self-love and spirituality. This is what you're going to have to realize, okay? Rather, it's going to be quickly or it's going to take a while. You're going to have balance between that desire to have somebody and the desire to develop a connection within yourself. You're going to have balance, okay? Because like I said earlier, you're not going to be able to fully push that away. You're not, that's a part of you. It's almost like as if it's engraved on your life force. That's a part of you. Okay? Now, everybody knows it's hard in today's society to find people. It really is, especially if you're spiritual. Trying to find another spiritual person, that is very, very difficult. All right. So it's going to be times where you're going to be lonely. You're going to really want somebody. But when it comes to self-love and spirituality, make sure you're not craving somebody to complete you, because you don't need anybody to complete you. All right. You and your significant other, or you and whatever person you want to have, you're two complete halves. Halves. Understand that. Two complete halves. When you come together, you become one whole. All right. But you do not need to become one whole in order to complete yourself. Understand that. When two people connect, they form an entire different connection. Okay? But you don't need that connection in order to raise your vibrational frequency, and you don't need that connection in order to complete yourself. All right? So for the hopeless romantic people that are watching this video, understand this. That part of you is most likely not going to go anywhere. It's not. And finding somebody is not going to be easy. It's not. But you can't allow that to knock you and derail you off your spiritual journey. You can't. Because the reality of the situation is most of the people on this planet don't see life as deep as you do. Many don't see love as deep as you do. Many don't see the value of a connection like that as deep as you do. They don't. It's actually quite rare for two hopeless romantic people to meet each other. It is. One may think they are, but they're really not. This is not throwing no shade at anybody or nothing like that. But the point of this video is, understand, if you're a hopeless romantic, you have to give love to yourself. You have to develop a connection within yourself. And understand, although you may be raising your vibrational frequency, you may be connecting with yourself, just because you still feel that desire to have somebody else, that does not mean that you're not growing spiritually and developing a connection within yourself. That's just a part of you. But don't let that part become all of you. All right? Wanting that connection with somebody that's normal. But the thing is, if you're hopeless romantic, you're going to see it deeper. You're going to crave it a little more. You see these animes I got on the wall, hopeless romantic people, they normally like romance animes. That just happens. They'll find things for escapism so they can see things that is really what they want. So in that moment, it's like they're experiencing it as if it was them. This is a tough planet. I tweeted this. This is a tough planet to be on, and being human is not easy. It's not. All right? But understand this. It's not automatically meant. And I know people say this, but it's not true. There's somebody out there for everybody. That person will come along. That sounds good to say. It may raise your confidence. It may make you feel better, but that's not true. You may meet somebody. You may not meet somebody. Okay? Not everybody on this planet is guaranteed to meet this certain person that will be everything they want. I'm not telling you to give up on trying to find that, but don't think that it's automatically for you to meet this person, because you may not meet this person for one reason or another. People speak about twin flames. Meeting a twin flame is extremely rare. Extremely rare. Many don't even incarnate near each other. They just don't. People don't know what twin flames is. Twin flames is somebody that you have been with in a past life in an intimate way. And when you guys connect, all those emotions from that past life, this life, all those energies come back into one. And you raise each other's frequency. A candle doesn't go out from lighting another candle. That doesn't happen. It just makes the flame bigger. And when two strong flames come together, it creates one flame that is bigger than the two that were individual. That's what a twin flame is. But meeting those it's not common. It's just not. All right? So for the hopeless romantic people that are watching this video, understand it's perfectly normal to crave that. Trust me, it's perfectly normal to crave that. My favorite animes are relationship animes. This is actually my second favorite anime, Darling in the Franxx. That's a relationship anime. You can watch that. It doesn't mean that you're not growing just because you still crave that. Because I know you see spiritual YouTubers. I know I've even said it. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. Hopeless romantic people, they don't need you. You're just like everybody else in the regard that you don't need nobody. It's just that you crave having that connection and that intimacy more than the average person. All right. So anyways, I'm not going to make this video too long. If this video resonated with you, let me know below in the comments below. And if you have anything to share, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys all for watching. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. I'm trying to make sure that's everything I have to say. Oh, I got to touch on this. Hopeless romantic people, it's very hard for them to let go. Many of you can relate to this. Hopeless romantic people are usually that last person to leave something. They'll usually exert everything they can into keeping something together, even if they know that it's already over. That can negatively impact them. It can. So it's not easy for these people to let go. But understand this. The connection you develop within yourself is more important than any connection that you can develop with another person. I'm going to say that again. The connection that you develop within yourself through meditation, raising your vibrational frequency and eating healthy and aligning your chakras, the connection you can develop within yourself is more important than any connection you can develop with anybody else on this planet. Okay? You may want a relationship. You may want to be with somebody and do all these things, all these deep things, create all these special moments. Again, that's normal because that is a part of you. But like I said before, don't let that part become all of you. You don't need anybody to complete you. You don't need anybody to make you happy. They can only aid your happiness. All right? So the closing thoughts to this video are this. You can be spiritual. You can raise your vibrational frequency. You can be doing these things, eating healthy, doing all these things. The reality is that connection within yourself is more important than any other connection that you can form with somebody else. But that connection that you, just because you're hopeless romantic, that connection that you form with somebody else cannot be fully replaced by that connection that you have within here because they're different. The one in here is more important, but it's not the same as if when you connect with another person and you have that intimacy. So don't try to use that connection within here to automatically change your way of thinking when it comes to wanting a connection with somebody else. Because like I said, that's a part of you. So don't try to use going within as an escape mechanism, as a cope mechanism. You have to acknowledge that that is a part of you. You wanting somebody as a part of you. You wanting that connection as a part of you. You seeing love deeper than what most people see it is a part of you. That's a part of you. Acknowledge it. Accept it. Okay? I'm not telling you to give up on finding somebody. I'm not telling you that. All right? But understand, you may find somebody. You may find that person. You may not. You're going to get lonely. It's going to get tough. You got to keep pushing forward. All right? If you want a partner, make sure you are everything that you want that partner to be, at least from an energetic standpoint. For example, you want them to be spiritual. You want them to eat healthy. You want them to be healed. Are you that? Are you that? You attract what you are. So everything that you want And I'm speaking from a spiritual standpoint. I'm not saying if you want a guy, you have to dress like a guy. I'm not saying things like that, no. But when it comes from emotional, spiritually, physically, you may want a guy that's in shape, or you in shape. You may want a girl that's in shape, or you in shape. You may want a girl that's healed, or you healed. Okay? Do these things and make yourself everything that you want that partner to be, and that'll increase the chances of you finding somebody. All right? But lastly, spirituality, self-love is a big part of spirituality. It is. And when you realize that you are connected to everything on this planet that has life force energy, that's an amazing feeling. That's an amazing realization. Like, it's one thing to just say that, and it's another thing when you feel that, when you understand that, when you truly see that. And you'll know you've reached that point when you start admiring the smaller things in life. You don't see yourself as above any animal or any bug. You don't see yourself beneath it. It's just an extension of you and an extension of the Creator. All right? So when it comes to relationships, hopeless romantic people, don't let that part of you make it to where that person must validate you in order to validate yourself, because that can't happen. You can be looking for validation within that person. As long as that person says they love you, you love yourself. If that person doesn't say it, now you're confused. Now you don't love yourself. You don't know how you feel. Don't look for validation within others. Don't. Validate yourself. Like I said, and this will be the last thing I say, no matter how spiritual you become, and people that are hopeless romantic, you will relate to this. People that are not, you may see it and you may have a different opinion, but I'm speaking to hopeless romantic people from the current perspective. That desire is not going to go anywhere to connect with people. It's not going to go anywhere. It's a part of you. Understand it, acknowledge it, and don't let that part become all of you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. Go out and watch anime. It'll change your life. Fairy Tale, Darling in the Franxx. I'm giving you guys some good relationship animes right now. Relationship animes. Twin Star Exorcist. That's a good relationship anime. Fairy Tale is actually not a good relationship anime. It's more adventure. Citrus is a good relationship anime. And you spell that Citrus. Crap, it's like I can't think of any right now. And I'm looking at so many. But anyways, if you guys want a relationship anime recommendation, I advise you guys to start with Citrus, Citrus. Twin Star Exorcist, that's a good one. What else? Relationship animes. Your Lie in April. That's a good one. It's some in my closet that I can't see right now. Tokyo Ghoul is a good one, but that's a dark show. That is a dark show. Anyways, Darling in the Franxx. That's the main one you need to watch. Darling in the Franxx. That's the main one you need to watch. Anyways, Ty Spiritual signing out, bro. Simple.